Hello, I'm Marcus Boston. Quick video today, and we are going to discuss what can trigger the need for an emergency C-section. Now, before I get too far into this video, I want to help you understand that there are a lot of things that can come into play during labor and delivery when we are talking about the need for an emergency C-section. But for today's video, I want to talk about one specific issue which can show up in some instances during labor and delivery, and that is what we call non-reassuring readings on the electronic fetal heart monitor. I've talked about the electronic fetal heart monitor in a lot of my past videos, so I'm not going to go too deep into it today, but just understand that one of the roles of the electronic fetal heart monitor is to help doctors and nurses see how well your baby is tolerating a vaginal delivery, and they're getting this information in real time. It's letting them know what your baby heart rate. It's looking at acceleration and deceleration patterns, variability, and there's some other things that it's helping the doctors and nurses understand. But for certain types of patterns, when the strips or the monitor becomes what we call non-reassuring, and this can be through what we call, for example, late decelerations or prolonged late decelerations. And if these things, or if this pattern is occurring and doctors or nurses, they have tried what we call conservative interventions. Maybe they've given mom oxygen, they've turned mom, they've moved mom, they've done some of these conservative things, and the baby's heart rate is not going back to where it needs to be. It's not in a safe zone, and the strip is non-reassuring. If these prolonged deceleration patterns are going on for a considerable amount of time, with maybe some more other things happening during labor and delivery, then this can, in some instances, trigger doctors to have to talk with the family and mom about moving to that emergency C-section. So the point of today's video is to help you understand that when we are discussing, or when we're talking about birth trauma and we're trying to determine what happened, or was it something that the doctors or the nurses did that caused a baby to suffer an injury, namely a brain injury at birth, and whether an emergency C-section should have been done, we're having to review all of this information. And like I said today, when you have non-reassuring patterns, you've got prolonged late decelerations that are occurring, these types of things, if they are not corrected and the baby's fetal reserves give out, then this is something that can cause serious injury to a baby. If you have more questions, maybe you're here today because your baby has suffered an injury at birth. Maybe you do have an HIE diagnosis, hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, and you have questions about what happened during labor and delivery. Should the doctors have moved to an emergency C-section for you and your baby? Or if they did move to an emergency C-section, did they wait too long? Was your baby already in a condition called fetal distress, and the non-reassuring readings were happening, and the doctors and the nurses, they missed it, didn't properly diagnose it, didn't treat it right, and now your baby has an injury? If you've got this going on and you have questions, there's a telephone number down below. What I invite you to do is go ahead and pick up the phone and call me. I speak with families about these issues all the time, and I'll be happy to take some time and to listen to your baby's story. One more thing before I get out of here. I practice law here in the state of Maryland, and if you are not in Maryland, because this video is on the internet, and you contact me or you reach out to me about a birth injury situation, just understand that if this is something that we think that we can assist you with, that we have to use what we call co-counsel or local counsel. In other words, an attorney in your state to move forward with things. So I just want to make sure that you understand that co-counsel or local counsel aspect of things. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law here in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group, LLC. We will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.